Welcome to Sports Betting Illuminated, where we play with the house and not against it. Hello and welcome in. I'm your host, Ariel Calista Miller, author of Sports Betting Illuminated, an AI-powered path to profit, my book which dives into exactly how I've been able to apply my strategy of playing with the house, multiple seasons across multiple sports leagues, and obtain these 30+% ROIs that truly no one in Vegas has ever seen before. So we are crushing it today. Hello, Brian. I am so excited for today as well. Hello, Ken Leo. Let's go. Good morning. Hey, Derek. How are you doing? It's so great seeing all of you here today. Good morning, David. Hello, Tech Science. We have a lot of games today, and I'm excited to dive into it. Plus, we have a really great 2-minute drill video, which I'm so excited to share with you. And we have some fun stuff to talk about in the cannabis world as well. I'm going to be diving into some of the new psychedelic stuff that's out there. You saw a little bit already if you caught my free daily email yesterday. And if you haven't already signed up for my free daily emails, please do so right now just by going to arielcalista.com, clicking the button, stay in touch, boom, boom, boom. Free, easy, no cost ever, and you get all of the sports betting info, plus info about your health, info about becoming a better handicapper, and also you can use all of these emails as true tools to help you become a better handicapper. Plus you got my picks of the day, and you got pictures of me every day, so what's better than that, right? It is a great morning so far. I hope you are all starting your morning off right. Right now, I'm gonna get my morning started off right with a little waking and bacon. Yeah, I'm really excited to talk about the psychedelic experience. That's why today I am smoking Ghost Train Haze. This has a THC level between 25 to 28%, so very high, but it also has very strong visual effects, very psychoactive, like when they talk about the psychoactives in cannabis, as someone who's a regular smoker, it just doesn't hit you the same way like it used to, the first time smoking cannabis versus 30th, completely different experiences. But this one, this really has hallucinatory effects, making everything kind of look surreal. But if you're new to cannabis, I would not recommend this strain for you. But if you're a pro, hey, this is something to switch things up. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, DJ Ray. Are you actually awake this time in the morning? I don't think that's a bot. I don't think he's a bot right now. He has automatic bot comments set up. That'd be great though, if anyone wanted to program anything. No, I love that you guys are all awake and joining me first thing in the morning, smoking some Ghost Train. Honestly though, I don't think anything can compare to the strain name that we came up with, Bicycle Phase. Definitely a little strong. Good morning, Tyler. Good morning. Oh, thanks so much. Thanks for stopping in. I really appreciate it. And have a good sleep. And make sure to watch the replay later. All right. Now, I've been looking in the NHL, seeing if there's any games in there. I know we have a lot of hockey players here on the stream right now. Um, but I've seen a lot of, I just, things are still developing, but I've seen a lot of square money on the puck lines today. Like a lot of square money. So just be careful when you're looking at these -1.5 puck lines in hockey. There's a lot of square money going on. So I personally didn't really have any plays. I've said I'm going to expand my reach, like especially in hockey when I did the math for you guys yesterday. It's actually more profitable, to sometimes expand your parameters. But in this case, just a ton of square money on the board, so be a little careful. Let's go. Hockey streaks. I love it. That is great. We seriously have some great hockey players in here. But just be careful, because there's a lot of squares out there, and you're hammering these puck line favorites. So, yeah, just be careful. Like, be a little cautious. Yeah, the Tampa puck line. Yeah, the money is like, ooh, where did all that square money come from? Good morning, Spencer. Does that double send? Well, just watch out, guys. Some of these, I don't know why some of these comments are repeating, but I don't know. I try to make this like as legible of a stream, like with the comments integrated and aggregated from all these different platforms. I try to make it as smooth as possible, but it's weird. That's funny. Oh, okay, that makes sense. That does make sense. Yeah, YouTube is repeating these comments. That's a little weird. I don't know why it's doing that. You know what? I think it's okay. Sorry, I'm doing a little tech support behind the scenes as well, because I'm obviously like monitoring this whole system myself and like the stream and like the messages coming in and everything. This is like definitely like a one-woman show, and I think like because I had two different things up for. Two different chat boxes up for YouTube. That might have been where the issue was, but I think everything should be okay now. So hopefully it's all good. Hopefully everything will get fixed. All right, let's dive into some of these NBA games. There's a lot of movement happening over here. There's a lot of Vegas movement, but also a little bit of money showing up. I've seen some sharp money in some spots. Okay, yeah, definitely YouTube's having a problem, but hopefully everything gets fixed soon. If you guys are on YouTube and, having this issue right now, feel free to migrate over to Rumble. My Rumble username is just AriBets. Twitch, Ariel Calista. Kick, Ariel Calista. You can find me on all those platforms as well. That's why I stream across all of these platforms, just in case, like, anything goes down, in case like I'm censored somewhere, like anything could happen on social media and also with technology. Okay, diving into some of these NBA games. All right, let's look at the Nets versus Hornets game first. This is a 6 p.m. Eastern game, and I'm really liking this total. So this opened up at 215.5. It went down to 212.5, then to 211.5 against some level 1 over money. Now, I am siding with Vegas here on the under instead of siding with the over money, because the money here, there's only level 1 money. It doesn't look super Joe yet. Like, it doesn't look like just a ton of Joes are piling on. I think there was maybe a little bit of sharper money early coming in on the under, and Vegas just agreed with the sharp money and pushed it lower and lower. But then, then a lot of Joe money started piling on the over, of course. I mean, that's what that's what Vegas wants. That's why they are adjusting this line. So yeah, I really do like the under here. That's how I'm leaning so far. You know, let's all just watch this line and make sure it doesn't fall apart, of course. But yeah, I like it. I like it so far. Yeah, and I did see a comment come in on Rumble before I had this whole configuration set up in a chat, and I just want to address Jeff's comments real quick. I'm sorry you're missing a live stream today, but I'm really glad you're following my advice of watching the lines, making sure they don't fall apart, and if they are falling apart, lay off the games. You know, get your money back. I love this. We are all growing as handicappers here, and you know, sometimes it's okay to pull a bet if you really, if it's not going in your favor. It's better to at least get most of your money back. Like some places let you take all your money back, but other places at least it's better to get most of it versus not having any of it at all because the line fell apart and you lost the bet, right? So yeah, I'm really excited, and also I'm really excited that people are out here commenting, excited for the sports wagering course. This is so in depth and in detail. I wish Super James was here right now. He would tell you he's already seen, you know, like the first module, and it is crazy. This is like the book on steroids. That's the only way I could describe this course. Like there's so much information, and especially over, you know, like really just the past 6 months since I've released this book. Like there has been so much more new information and better info and data out there available that we're going to really have a deep dive into using technology and becoming a better handicapper altogether with like tips and tricks that you just aren't going to see anywhere else because we're applying real math and probability and statistics behind this. I mean, it's going to be great. So I can't wait for you guys to see it. There's just so much there. It's, you know, still in the process of getting finished, but once it's released, this is going to be such a high quality product. It's unbelievable. It really is. There's nothing like it out there in the field. So you wanna you're going under in this game, huh? In the Nets Charlotte's game. I do like the under here. I mean, you know, it's going against some of the over money, but this is looking like Joe money, and I like seeing when you know, the Joes are when Vegas is taking a stand against the Joes. You know, they do that. That's where we could find, you know, these nice bets. Vegas is going against the money here, but it's also not such an overwhelming amount of money. It's only level 1 significant. It's not such an overwhelming amount of money that makes me pause and go, do I really want to do this right now? Yeah, I mean, yeah, right before tip off, like sometimes finding that information, I mean, still, at least, you know, even with 4.5%, it's better at least recovering the majority of your money rather than losing it all. Like, it sucks, you know, that they're not going to give it to you back fully once you place your bet, but, you know, that's also, I mean, that's just their policies sometimes that, yeah, finding that inside information, the locker room bets, like, that is where it's at. That's the insider info, but yeah. Exactly. Yeah, like if you don't have at least a 50% chance of winning, if it's like sitting at, you know, 45% or 30%, you know, sometimes just losing that small percentage that the casino is going to cut from your bet, it's way better than losing the whole thing. Way better. So, you know, I know a lot of people don't really like pulling their bets if the line falls apart, you know, like you feel like you're stuck with it or, you know, your money's already down or, you know, like, well, I'm just going to see it through. Like I've heard that so many times from so many gamblers. I'm sure all of us here have heard that from a friend or two. well, I'm just gonna stick with it. I already did it, so whatever happens, happens, And like ultimately, at the end of the day, like yeah, you could think that way, but that's kind of the mindset of a Joe. Like you have to pull back and like stop being so emotionally invested and leaning on biases of like, well, this is easy. It's just easy to just let this play out rather than like take the hit. But to become a professional, you have to know like when to put your bets down and when to pull out. Yeah, I notice YouTube is acting a little weird right now. So yeah, everyone, please, if you feel like migrating to Rumble to right in there, that's fantastic as well. All right, let's cover this 8:40 p.m. Eastern game in the NBA, and that's the Pistons versus Golden State Warriors. I'm looking at this total as well here, but unlike the under that we just liked, I'm liking the over here. And in fact, I would say take this right now. This opened up at 230 and a half, went to 233 and a half, so steadily moving up. Then went to 234 and a half on level one pro money. A lot of sharps jumped in on this at that number, but then it already moved to 236 and a half. Last I checked, like literally probably 15 minutes before the show started, so like almost 30, yeah, maybe 30 minutes ago. This is, yeah, I really, I like this. I still like this at 236 and a half. And that's when I saw it at 236 and a half. I grabbed it. I like it. I would say take this now and probably just don't wait for it to keep moving. Don't wait for it to move to 237, 238. Of course, like I said, if this line falls apart, we'll know about it. We'll keep our eye on it. We'll pull our bets. But at 236 and a half, I wouldn't wait for this to move to 237, and it's going in that direction. All right, so it's 237 now. Yeah, I would still grab it at 237, but yeah, grab it now. Don't wait. Lock it in. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's a true math check science. 100% chance. Like sometimes if these bets fall apart, like if they really do fall apart and a Vegas sportsbook isn't behind you, or something happens at the last minute that completely like flips the script. If you have the option of losing all of your money versus just losing a percentage of your money, like yeah, you work hard for your money. I don't want to see you guys lose it. That's all. Making smarter bets. That's the way to go. All right, so Pistons versus Golden State Warriors is now at 237. I still like it. Yeah, I like the over here, but I wouldn't wait for this to keep moving. It's already moving. It's still moving. You've seen it move since the open, so grab it now. Because it'll probably keep moving, and at that point, it's going to go really high. All right, well, we are, it's time for a 2-minute drill. Yeah, I think you guys are going to like this one. And of course, stay with me. We have some college games that I want to cover right after the 2-minute drill. It's a little bit longer than 2 minutes, 3 minutes, like 30 seconds or something, but it's a lot of fun. So enjoy. I can't wait for you to see it. Live betting is the future of sports wagering, and the sportsbooks are fully committed to it because it drives engagement, it increases handle, and it enhances their edge through real-time data and better psychology. Unlike pre-game bets where the line stays static until the event starts,
Live betting allows books to continuously adjust odds based on in-game action, which creates constant wagering opportunities. One of the biggest advantages for sportsbooks is volume. A bettor placing 1 or 2 pre-game wagers might make 10 or more bets in a single game just through live betting. Every moment presents a new market, keeping bettors engaged longer, and it also increases their overall wagering activity. This is crucial for sportsbooks because their profitability depends on maximizing customer lifetime value, and live betting provides an easy way to extract more bets per user. Psychologically, live betting plays into a bettor's emotions. Watching a game in real time, bettors are reacting to the highs and the lows, often placing impulsive wagers instead of making calculated and strategic decisions. A player might chase losses or hedge unnecessarily or place reactionary bets based on a gut feeling rather than a sound strategy. In the rapid nature of in-game betting, it really leaves little time for research or odd shopping, and allows sportsbooks to adjust the juice dynamically, increasing their margin without the bettors even realizing it. Technological advancements make live betting even more profitable. Sportsbooks use AI-driven odds adjustments, relying on ultra-fast data feeds, computer vision, and predictive modeling to update the lines instantly. This allows them to mitigate risk while keeping markets efficient in their favor. With sports like basketball and soccer offering continuous action, micro-betting on each play or possession becomes a constant stream of revenue for sportsbooks. Live betting also ties into modern consumer habits. Bettors no longer have to wait for a game to finish to see results. They can place bets throughout the events and experience multiple wins or losses in real time. This mirrors casino gaming mechanics where continuous play drives engagement. The integration of live betting with mobile apps and streaming services keeps users within a sportsbook's ecosystem, and it reduces friction, and it also increases bet frequency. Additionally, live betting fuels parlay markets and cash-out features, which encourages bettors to hedge and reinvest their winnings or chase bigger payouts mid-game. Features give the bettor the illusion of control while ultimately ensuring more money is staying in play. The sportsbooks are all in on live betting because it's their most effective tool for keeping bettors engaged and encouraging frequent wagers and also maximizing their profits. The faster that bettors recognize these dynamics, the better they can avoid falling into the psychological and structural traps that live betting creates.
I hope you guys enjoyed that 2-minute drill. Well, a little longer than 2 minutes, but that's okay. And of course, if you have any questions about, like live betting or micro betting, feel free to reach out to me. You can reply to any of my emails over at arielcalista.com just by clicking on the Stay in Touch button to sign up for them, and of course reply back to any of them. I try to write everyone as soon as possible, and I love when you guys write me with your questions. I'm always happy to answer them. So I'm so glad you like that. Thank you so much. And it is true, like live betting is already so difficult, with the odds constantly adjusting in real time. And just remember, like, as everything is adjusting and you're waiting for, the screen to like finish spinning as the odds are moving, you can't compare across sports books. Like, you don't know if you're getting the best value as easily because everything is updating so fast. And ultimately sports books do have the edge. And one thing I want to reiterate, I know I said this before on previous podcasts, is that the sports books and these giant computer like ecosystems like AWS, or even like Google, like they have thank you so much, I appreciate it. They have contracts like with the leagues. Like everyone knows that AWS has a contract with the NFL, and everyone knows, like Google has a contract with baseball, MLB. These are very public things that anyone could look up and find out. They make this very well known. You see it in all the commercials between the game, and it's very publicly available. But then you also look at it and it's like, who else has contracts with these same companies? And the sports books do. I mean, it's no secret that the sports books are getting data directly from the leagues, getting data directly from these, giant computer ecosystem companies that are running AI and like machine learning and neural networks and everything else. I mean, they have the highest processing power in the world. It's all connected between the sports books and the feed from the leagues and, really the computers behind it that are actually able to process it and, take all of this data and put it together so that, the sports books are giving you, like accurate analysis, but it's also in their favor, at the time that you're seeing it, because the sports books are able to, work in their profit margins so that they ensure that they stay profitable no matter what. Seriously, that's how they have the big shiny buildings. So just as you're doing live betting, keep that in the back of your minds, because this is, all these big companies are very, very, very connected. It's, like hugely, they're all taking each other's data. They're all, computing it and calculating it. And to stay ahead of the curve, truthfully, you have to play with the house, because none of us are scraping data, 60 times a second off of all the players and off of everything. I mean, we aren't doing that. We don't have the licensing, first of all, but I mean, second of all, I mean, that's just, they've poured millions, I mean, if not billions of dollars into basically maintaining the system so that, all of them could become more profitable together. And that's the truth. Okay, so I did want to talk a little bit about college. Last night I decided to highlight some games that journalists were talking a lot about. Marquette -2 was one everyone was talking about. Kansas State, Stanford, Oklahoma State, Kansas, -3, North Carolina, Oklahoma. Hey Chris, welcome in. I'm sure, I mean, to me it was a little weird how all of the sports journalists were all talking about the same games. Oh, well, we'll go over everything at the end, Chris, so you won't miss anything. But I thought it was a little weird how all the sports journalists were talking about the same games. Like, is all this list of games. I'm reading what are people writing, and it just was weird how they all kind of had like the same bets or the same games that they were interested in, and I don't know, things seemed off to me. So I evaluated some of the lines today in college, and honestly the only ones that I like are Marquette and really North Carolina. Those are really, I mean, everything else kind of looks like, I mean, excuse my language, but it kind of looks like a crapshoot. Like, it really doesn't look like a lot of these games are going to work, even though every single sports journalist in the freaking universe, it feels like, has written about, these specific games that they like. Okay, I get it. Maybe you just want to talk about like a big name school or something, but I don't understand how they're all on the same things. And, looking at it, how did they reach these conclusions? Like, can somebody tell me how the sports journalists all reach these conclusions? And then, like, they all think they're gonna go and hit all of these plays, but truthfully, they're probably gonna hit half of them or less. Seriously, like, I'm analyzing these games, applying my strategy, seeing if Las Vegas is actually taking a position, and truthfully, I just don't even know how they came up with these numbers. Like, I don't even know how they came up with these, how they came up with these out of all the games. How did they all come up with the same ones? Exactly. Marquette makes a lot of sense. I'm not gonna lie, it really does today. North Carolina, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I could see Stanford getting talked about. Okay, okay, I'll give you that one for sure. Kind of. And then yeah, everyone is saying like these are the locks. Like you have to play these games, and honestly, like it's don't listen to all these sports writers. They're not I just wonder what strategy they're applying to them, because when I look at the numbers, I don't see anything going on in some of these. So, I mean, maybe they'll get lucky, and hit more of them than not, but at this point it's just weird. It seems like collusion or something. I don't know. I mean, how they're all landing on the same games, and they're all, yeah, 100%. 100 out of 100 of these sports journalists are just going with, like, well, it feels right. I just feel like I like the look of them. One of their uniforms are like, the nice ones today or something. I mean, there's a lot of ways that people could like justify betting whatever they want to bet on whatever they want. But the way that I bet, and the way I've been successful at it, and the way I've proven my success over many years with timestamp videos that anyone can go back and watch forever, live forever on the internet. The way I've done it is simply just by applying a mathematical strategy, by simply using game theory and playing with the house. But I mean, I've seen a lot of people who actually, when they do hold themselves accountable, they're, the first time they're like, the first week they're like, holy cow, I have a minus 30% ROI. And it's true, like you don't know unless you hold yourself accountable. So writing your bets down, keeping track of it, keeping track of the odds, how much you win, how much you lost, how much you placed down, why you made that bet in that moment is incredibly important and the key to becoming a successful handicapper. All right, so, okay, anyways, that was my little rant about how all the sports journalists in the whole world are like all on the same games. I don't like it. It's just weird. It's crazy. Yeah, and everyone thinks they're winners too. When you don't hold yourself accountable, it's so easy to just be like, well, I won that huge parlay that one time. Everyone likes to think, well, it was just a few months ago I hit that parlay, or maybe it was just a month ago. Well, it was just 3 weeks ago my friend hit that huge parlay. I hear this all the time amongst like the sports betting community, all the time. But if you're not actually tracking and watching how much you're putting down over time to try to like get the payout of that one big parlay again, you're going to find like you are costing yourself a lot of money. I mean, it's the same psychology that the casinos use with the slot machines. You go there and you might hit the jackpot once, or maybe you get a big payout. Maybe you don't hit the jackpot at the slot machine, but you get a big payout of like $600 or something. And, you're just playing small bills. Like, so it feels really good. And, then forever you're going to just keep throwing another 20 into the machine, and another 20 and another 20 every single machine you go to. And then how much does it cost you over time? How much money do you spend trying to make that $600 again? Like, if you're not watching that, then you're not paying attention. And that leads to, I mean, seriously gambling problems. And everything that I'm teaching here, 100%, I'll say this over and over. I want everyone to gamble responsibly. I want everyone here works hard for their money, so I want you to keep it. And I want you to be able to make your money make money in sports betting, not the other way around. So, yeah. Yeah, it's true. When you actually look at their betting data, they're not doing too hot. And some people, it's like, oh my gosh, how do you do worse than just like, you could have randomly just thrown a dart to the board and somehow you did worse than like even just random chance. So yeah. Yeah, pay attention to what you're betting. You could be in trouble if you're not paying attention. Yeah, well, they might have hated me for that for sure, but it's okay. I went to school with like a lot of the kids whose parents own a lot of these casinos and books and stuff. So they might not like me, but at least I'm not like worried about ending up in like the Vegas desert or something. No, just kidding. My mom doesn't run in Vegas anymore. Not anymore. Friends in high places. Is that like a hint that I need to take another bong rip before I continue on with some of these college games? Because I just went on a little bit of a rant because of how much these sports journalists are annoying me. So maybe we need to relax, chillax, and get our minds right to win some wagers. Whoa. That one made me cough quite a lot. All right. Let's look at Mississippi State versus Arkansas. This is the first game I like, and oh my gosh, it's almost 12 o'clock. So lock this in right now, because you have like 20 minutes left. Oh, it's right here. It's literally right here. I was going to, so I have hot water in my coffee cup. I was wondering if you were going to come in today. And this has been keeping the water hot. And then I have this like coffee, be your own barista thing. And then I like open this up and it's going to like make me coffee inside of my cup. But I'm a little worried this is going to be messy. So I'm not going to do it on air, but my water is still hot. It does look great. See, this is like perfect. It goes great with like my background and everything too. It totally blends. Yeah, like it keeps everything so hot. It's fantastic. It's right in my cup holder too. Thank you so much for sending me that. I love my cannabis things all over the place. It's great. All right. Back to some of these college games because we have 20 minutes to lock in these bets. Mississippi State versus Arkansas. Oh yes, I love when you guys send me things off my wish list. Seriously, I really appreciate it. Honestly, I love when you guys are like winning your wagers and wanted to show a little appreciation. Send something. It's so wonderful. It makes my day. Always like opening things up that come in the mail. It's truly wonderful. Thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate it. All right. I am loving this Arkansas spread. Right now, this opened up at +1.5. It went to -1, then -1.5 on some pro money on Arkansas. This is fantastic. I like this. It's moving in the right direction. It flipped from being an underdog to a favorite, so Vegas is moving this in the right direction. And now the pro money is coming in on Arkansas. What is there not to like about this play? And it's happening in 20 minutes, so make sure to lock this in. I like this a lot. And yeah, I like it. Let's talk about St. John's versus Marquette though. This is, I'm sure you guys are curious about this. Honestly, more pro money than I've seen anywhere today. Like, straight up anywhere. I've seen more sharp money on Marquette than anything. This is the one game where I see all of the sharp money piling into Marquette. Yeah, this move from -2.5. Just remember, guys, this also starts in 20 minutes, so you might want to lock this in now. Marquette opened up at -2.5. Went to -3 on sharp money, but I would almost be a little careful here because I would like to see it move just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. There's a lot of sharp money. Vegas is going with the sharp money here, but if it moves to -4, is it sitting at -4 right now? I'm gonna look at these numbers in real time. Or anyone? Yeah, I mean, honestly, St. John's, they're scrappy, you know, like they're gonna put up a good. I mean, they're gonna play well, and I mean, yeah, it might be a little too much of a dogfight. So this is gonna be tough. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is already at 4.5. All right, I was gonna say grab this if it goes to -4, but it's already at -4.5. So yes, take this. Like, I feel very comfortable with this. Sitting at -4.5 right now. Grab this right now because this is a lot of sharp money. Vegas is moving. Take this. And yeah, I agree with Chuck Science as well. Take the over here. This opened up at 141.5, went to 144.5 on level 1 money. And you know, I think these teams might just try to like run and gun each other. Like, I don't think there's going to be too much of like a defensive struggle going on. So I would take the over. I mean, this line is moving in the right direction. The money is behind it. And I think this is how these teams are going to play today. So I'm taking Marquette here. And I'm taking the over. Let's go. 2 plays in this one game. Make sure to lock that in because this starts in like basically 15 minutes. So this is gonna be good. 2 plays in this game. I think we're gonna do really well here, and I like seeing that Marquette has really moved out to -4.5 right now. Like, okay. A lot of sharp money here. And now we also know, like, this is where the sharps are. This is how Vegas is moving in line. Everything is going in the right direction, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, and I just think there's going to be a ton of points scored in this game. So take the over as well. Now let's talk about some cannabis. I know we still have some more plays. I have a few more games in college that I want to cover after cannabis, but I did want to talk about the thing that I mentioned in yesterday's email, and it's the 4-HO-DET. So this is a synthetic psychedelic compound from the tryptamine family, and it's really like structurally similar to psilocybin. And this is, you know, like finally yesterday, like that's when the lawyers finally called and they're like, okay, you know, this is good to go. You know, this is good to be sold in the United States legally, like across every single state. And it's a really cool compound. It's very much like a mixture between mushrooms and acid, except without like the length of the trip or like intensity, like that hard edge of acid, but you know, kind of like a little bit above and beyond like mushrooms. And for people who like psychedelics, or you know, even want to try something a little bit stronger than cannabis that's, you know, legal and able to be sold everywhere, this is a really interesting compound. And, you know, truthfully, like, it's really not being manufactured like anywhere else. You know, my company is able to sell these pretty much exclusively. And, you know, like we could create different brands, like white label products, things like that. But this is incredible. I can't wait to try this compound because it's just totally different than anything else that currently exists out there. And I always try to, you know, be honest about all of the compounds and different things that are out there. You know, we talk about cannabis very freely and regularly. Like, I believe, like, as legal adults, like, you know, we should be able to, you know, make informed decisions about, you know, like substances we want to consume. And with this new compound out, like, it really does bring things to a whole different level, because first of all, it's legal, but second of all, it really has, more visual and hallucinogenic effects rather than just cannabis. Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to be going to smoke shops and purchasing this. Um, it is super therapeutic. It really, really helps people with depression. Studies have found this is something that really helps people with depression by bringing in joy and laughter, and also giving you like a creativity boost. Of course, you'll get the visual hallucinations. Maybe I'm a little high already. You'll get those. So like, of course, you want to make sure you're, sitting in probably like a safe environment at home with people that you trust around you, and, keeping yourself like safe and responsible, like not operating heavy machinery or driving a car or anything like that. Don't use if pregnant, etc., or nursing. But, like, these are some of the side effects of this new compound. And I know there's a lot of people out there who are curious and who want to explore new things. But yeah, I mean, it has like some great body sensations as well, some cognitive changes, but really, like, a lot of people should just start off with like 5 milligrams, and then like if you go like a little bit heavier, 8 to 15. But if you really want like the heavy dosage, you could go like 35 plus milligrams. Yeah, I mean, there is different studies out there showing that like 15 milligrams could, like, especially very depressive people, like people who really need this, who are looking for, something, who maybe have tried mushrooms but, want something a little more impactful for like their depression. This might help them. And it's, if they're open to it, of course, and they want to try it, of course, feel free to have them, write to me anytime. My emails are always open. My DMs are always open on social media. You can reach me pretty easily. I respond pretty quickly everywhere. But yeah, it's very similar to psilocybin. But like definitely like a very pure compound, and has great visual experiences. So I can't wait to try it. I haven't, I'm going to be totally transparent, I haven't tried it yet myself, but understanding the chemical structure of it, like knowing that this is actually like a safe, compound to try, and consume, like I trust it. I'm always trying to put like the best of the best substances like in my body. I don't take things from, like I'm not gonna go out and even really get mushrooms from people that, like, I don't know where they're getting their mushrooms from or things like that. Like, you have to be careful out there. So, finding this out, doing your research on it, so important. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a little bit of a try. I will let you guys know how the experience goes. Obviously, I'm gonna start very light, like totally transparent. I don't want to be like tripping for hours. I mean, it does last hours. It does last like 4 to 7 hours, but it doesn't last much longer than that. But like, I like being in control. I don't like being out of control or anything. So but I'm gonna try a little bit just to see, like a little microdose, and see how it works. So yeah, it's gonna be great, crazy though. You're gonna see this in smoke shops all over the country very soon, because this is going to be like the new compound that's taking over the market. Got smoke shops, they've sold mushroom like chocolate bars and gummies and everything. They've sold that for a while, but a lot of them don't actually have the hallucinogenic effects. Like, you can't legally sell things with the hallucinogenic effects, and now you can. So we'll see. We'll see how this works. I mean, at least my company will be selling it. At least until it's taken off the market, for sure. But yeah, let me know if this is something you're interested in. It's going to be fun, and I'm excited to try something a little different. All right, so let's talk about St. Joseph's versus the cell. This is a 2:30 p.m. game, Eastern, by the way, and I'm really looking at the St. Joseph's spread here. This opened up at -8.5, went to -10.5. Then it pushed out even further to -11.5. And really, at this moment, there's no money to report on. I'm not seeing a ton of money coming through. You know what? I'm just gonna update my numbers real quick, but I don't really see a ton of money over here coming through, pushing this game at all, really. So this is just a Vegas move, and you know, I like when Vegas is making a strong move pretty early on without like the influence of a lot of money sometimes. And this is one of those spots where, you know, they came in, they started moving this line, and it's going in the right direction. So I'm just checking to see, is there any money coming in on this game? Okay, you know what? I'm looking at this now. There is quite a bit of money coming in on St. Joe's. All right, guys. I like how this is looking. It's still sitting at this is interesting. It's still sitting at -11.5 in most spots. Some spots have pulled back to -11. There's a lot of money on this right now. I'd keep my eye on this. I'm a little worried with that half a point move back in some spots, but you know, a lot of the casinos are still holding it at -11.5. So, you know, I am still liking this, and I like that there's a lot of solid money, like level 5 money, ton of money on this today. And so let's go. Yeah, this is gonna be a fun game to watch. So definitely tune into it. Yeah, okay, I like it. I like St. Joe's. I like the spread here, -11.5. It's looking very solid. And then finally, the last game that I'm looking at is Loyola Marymount versus Washington State. This is an 11:30 p.m. Eastern game, so much later. Washington opened up at -1.5, went to -3.5. And this was also on no money, so this is another strong Vegas move here. So I like this. I do. Pretty strong. I'm just looking to see if there's any money coming in now. Yeah, there's still no money really showing up in this game, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, Washington State is still sitting at -3.5, so this was an early Vegas move. All right, so yeah, I like that. Washington State, you know, keep your eye on this. Make sure that the line doesn't move back because this is a late game, very late, especially if you're on the East Coast. Oh, you're playing an Ari Successive Sizzler today. Why not? I like it. All right, let me just review all of these games real quick so you could lock in all your bets. Some of them are starting in just 5 minutes. So, in the NBA, I am first in the Nets versus Hornets game. I am taking the under. Took the under 211.5. Yeah, siding with Vegas here. Even though the money is coming in on the over, I'm taking under. In the Pistons Golden State Warriors game, I'm taking over here. So 1 under, 1 over so far. Yeah, I like the over. You guys said it was already seen at 237.5, I believe. You know, I still like it. I still like it at 237. I grabbed it at 236. So it's just been moving up and up and up. All right. Then I was looking at the Arkansas spread. It is sitting at -1.5 against Mississippi State. I still really like this. A lot of pro money coming in. Then I'm looking at St. John's versus Marquette. This is starting literally in 4 minutes, so lock your bets in now. Yeah, Marquette is looking like a great play today. So I'm taking the Marquette spread, and right now it's sitting at -4.5 already. So this has already moved out beyond my expectations since I opened up this line. And of course I'm taking the over as well. I don't think a lot of people are hopping on the over right now as much as they should, but Vegas has moved this number, and you know, I just don't think this is going to be like the defensive struggle game of the day. So, next, another game that I really like, St. Joseph's versus LaSalle. I really like the St. Joseph's spread, sitting at -11.5. It's looking so good. So make sure to lock that in. All the money is on this right now. And finally, I'm liking the Washington State spread against Loyola Marymount. So there you have it. Those are all of my plays of the day, and make sure to watch that Washington State game. You know, no money has really shown up yet, and anything can happen because this is an 11:30 p.m. game, so we have like almost 12 hours till game time, like a ton of time. Anything can happen up until then, so keep your eye on that last one that I gave you. Make sure it doesn't fall apart. Yeah, and any other questions you guys have, make sure to feel free to reach out to me or throw it in the chat right now. But those are all the plays that I have. I hope you guys had fun here on Sports Betting Illuminated, locking in all these wagers, analyzing these games, learning some sports handicapping tips, my rant on sports wagering journalism. Hope you enjoyed the 2-minute drill. We had a lot of fun today, so I would love if you guys could please, on your way out, give this video a thumbs up. Please share this with your friends and with your family. That is truly wonderful when you guys share these videos and bring more people over here to this channel. We broke our subscriber record on YouTube. We finally got over the 100 mark. Now on Rumble, I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers, but oh my gosh, it's hard. I didn't think it would take this long. So that's why I need all of you to tell your friends and family about these channels, share it with them, get them to like and subscribe as well, and just it keeps building our community. It boosts us in the algorithm, and honestly it really helps, and I appreciate when you guys do that. So thank you. Thanks everyone for showing up today, and you know, for coming in and throwing in your comments and having some fun here. I always have a blast on these live streams. Seriously. Thank you so much, everyone. Good luck on all of your wagers today. And I will be back on Sports Betting Illuminated live at our new time, Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern. It was so fun last Wednesday seeing everyone. Thank you everyone for showing up to the new time. You guys pay attention so well. I was so impressed to see so many people actually show up and remember the new time and lock in their wagers, and what a blast. So much fun. So good luck everyone. Have a wonderful weekend, and thank you so much for coming to Sports Betting Illuminated. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye everyone. Good luck with your wagers.